All right, let's get going. What I'm going to do today is make a ring from this Year of the Dragon silver round. Making this for a customer. It's going to be a size 10. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is anneal the coin. First thing, I should introduce myself. I'm Mark with SouthWind Coin Rings, and I'm going to provide some entertainment for you here for the next 45 minutes or an hour and teach you how to make coin ring. So let's anneal the coin first. Annealing softens the metal and makes it a little bit easier to work with. So let's go ahead and do that. So what we're working with today is 0.999 fine silver, which it's almost pure, which doesn't really require a lot of annealing, but it doesn't hurt to do a little bit. So, all right, now the next thing we're going to do is punch a hole in the center of this. So let's do that. And I'm going to use this self-centering punch to punch the hole. Hi, Corey. And the customer wants a wide band on this because he wants as much of the dragon to show as possible. So I'm going to do a 9/16 hole. That should be pretty good. So I'll take a couple pieces of this paper towel and we'll lay it on top of that punch deck. And we'll set the coin in there. Tighten it up real good. And now it'll go into the hydraulic press to get punched. I'm going to let this down a little bit. All right, let's punch it. Okay. Here's the piece that we punched out of it. And we can maybe do something with that somewhere down the line. So now I got to knock the punch off the coin. Like so. And there we have a nice centered hole. Now, one thing we need to do is when the punch goes through, it leaves a real rough, ragged edge behind. And if we don't remove that edge, it would be possible for the coin to split when we start stretching on it. It's not quite as much of a problem with fine silver, but it can happen, so we'll get rid of it. And I'll do that by taking this deburring tool and cutting that edge out on both sides. All right, that should do it, but I will go ahead and hit it with this sandpaper block just to make sure everything's good. If anybody has any questions along the way, please feel free to put them in the chat. I'll try to keep an eye on the chat so I can answer questions. Okay, so that's done. So now what we've got is a coin with a hole in it. So let's turn this into a ring now. And I'll do that over here on this arbor press. And we'll start using this dapping block and this plastic ball. It's a real hard plastic. Not harder than the coin though. So this is going to be on the outside of the ring. So that's going to go down like this. And I'll get it centered up, leveled up real nice. Lay that ball on there. And it looks like it's centered up under the press. So now I'll just push it down like that. So now we have the beginnings of a ring shape. But we're not done yet. So now we'll take this reduction die, 17-degree reduction die. And once again, we'll center the coin up in there. Then I'm going to take this 17-degree cone and set it down in there. And I'm going to push down about halfway with this stainless steel. Then I don't want to mar up the detail on the inside, so I'll change over to this composite material. And push it down the rest of the way with this. Get it leveled. Kind of hard to see when it's level because the inside of that die is all shiny. Okay, now I'll just press it down the rest of the way. There we go. All right. Now its folding process is complete, but still this wall needs to be straight. So let's check and see what size that hole is. It is almost 11. I'm going to stretch this up a little bit. Like I mentioned earlier, it's going to be a size 10. That's the target. But I want to stretch it up to about 11 and a half so that when I start reducing it down, straighten this wall, it gives me some room to shape it. So we'll stretch it a little bit on this ring stretcher here. And first, before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and sand on this edge a little bit since it's kind of presenting itself now. And I can smooth it out a little bit more. Because that's going to have to be nice and smooth, before the ring's finished. So we'll start smoothing it out now. Okay, that looks good. I don't know if you guys were able to see that. I don't think I had the camera centered up right. But anyway, what I did was, in case you didn't see that, I just took this sandpaper file and just smoothed that cut edge. All right, so now we'll stretch it a little bit. And I put this paper towel around the tool to help protect that detail on the inside, because the silver is pretty soft. We don't have to do much stretching though, just a little bit. Check that. $11. Oh, we'll go just a little more. A couple more stretches should do it. Hello, King. How you doing? Haven't seen you around for a while. All right, that's good. All right, so now I need to reduce this side down to match this side. And I'll do that over here on the arbor press again. This time I'll use a different type of die. This is called Swedish wrap. I'm going to take this plumber's tape and I'm going to wrap it around this coin. That will help to protect the detail on the outside. I'm going to give it about 12 wraps. There's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, where's my scissors? Left my scissors over there on the other side of the room. All right. So now I just kind of wrap this tape over the edge. Okay, now I'll set it down in that die. And I'll use this just to kind of push it down level with the surface of the die. Now, this is called a Ross pusher. And we'll use this to press that coin down into this die, which is going to start shaping the walls. And once the cut side is about the same as the reed side, then it'll start to reduce the whole thing down. I'm going to keep checking this frequently, because we want to make sure that that detail doesn't come through the tape. If that happens, it'll flatten it out. So I need to be careful that I don't let that happen. So I'll just keep going a little bit at a time and checking it. Now you can see that the tape is starting to get dark in some areas. That's where the pressure, all the pressure is taking place right there. And as that blue starts to move down, we'll know that the pressure is being applied to the full face of this thing. I think I'm going to put a couple more wraps around that rim right there. What's the white tool made of? It's Delrin. It's a hard plastic. This one's the same. It's the same as that ball. These are all made from Delrin. It's a hard plastic that can be machined and hold tight tolerance. And it, it's nice and hard, but it's not as hard as the metal, so it won't damage the detail. Delrin is used for lots of different things. All right, we'll give it another press. Take a look at it again. Now you can see the blue starting to work its way down. So this side is going to be the same circumference as this in a minute. Let me check the size here. Okay, we're still up above 11, so we haven't really started to change the size yet of this cut side, so we'll keep pushing on it. Furlongs of Delrin don't collapse inward. Well, I suppose it could happen, but you see this plug inside there? That's in there to prevent those from going inward, squeezing in. So you want to have the ring, as close to the center of this as you can, but that plug will help that problem. Okay, so I think it's time now. You can see the blue is almost all the way out. So that wall's almost straight. So let's go ahead and unwrap it, check everything, get a read on the size, and I'll probably anneal it again just for the heck of it. So now you can see that we're getting close to a ring shape now. This side's still bigger, so we need to keep working on that side to get it down the same as this one. So let's come back over here and anneal again. I keep thinking that torch is going to run out of gas, but it just keeps going. Okay, so now we'll come back over here to the arbor press again. And I'm going to rewrap it, and this time I'm going to put it in this way. I've been pressing from pressing from the reed side. This time we'll press from the cut side. All right, there's 12. All right, we'll put it in this way this time. The things are going to start happening real fast here. Once those two sides are equal, then it will start reducing really quick. Let's see what that got us. We're going to have to change to a smaller die here in a minute. Yeah, this is still a little bigger. But I'm almost to push it clear through, so I'm going to change to the next smaller size. Because I don't want to push it through, because that can screw up the edge of the wall if it goes through the die all the way. get it leveled up in there. Now this pusher is a little more prone to squeezing in if you're not careful. The quarter size is the one that's really a problem. Okay, now I should be able to put it in this way. Okay, now it's not going to take much. I think we're getting close to where we want to be. Yeah, we're getting real close now. One thing I forgot to mention is that I need to cut this inside edge out of there, and that will add some size to it. Depending on the ring, it can increase the size by as much as a full size, 3/4 to a full size. Sometimes it's hard. There we go. Okay, so we've gone just a hair too far. This way, so we've got to reduce about size. So hopefully I can cut close to the size out of it. If not, then I'll just put it on the stretcher and stretch it a little bit. I should have cut this out a little earlier, probably. So now this will take a minute or two or three. Feels like I could stand to change my blade. I want to be careful that I don't cut too far in because I don't want to touch any of that detail inside. Well, this particular silver round doesn't have a whole lot of detail on the inside. Some of them do. So it's not quite as critical on this one. Another reason for taking that out is so that you don't want your finger just to sit on that one edge. You want the finger to sit across the whole surface of that ring. So it needs to have some more taken off. When I do the final sanding, I have another chance to remove some of that material. Because this burring tool kind of leaves, I don't know if you can see that. It leaves little stutter marks. I'm going to do a little more here, a couple more rounds, and then I'll check the size. let's see what we got here now. Well, almost 10. It seems like maybe I can cut a little bit more out of it. Just a little bit. And I'll get the rest of it when I finish it up. Okay, there we go. That ought to do it. Okay, so I see that we're still a little bit big on this side. So I really can't reduce this anymore, but what I can do is raise this up. And I'll do that again on the arbor press. This time I'll use a different tool. This is a wall straightening tool. I keep forgetting to move the camera. And I'll set this down on there like that, and then push this comb down through it, and that'll just expand this part, so we'll get a straight wall across there. Just gonna make sure I've got the right. Okay, maybe go the next size down, because if I'm not careful, I can push the ring through that if I get the wrong size. But that looks like this one might be a little bit too small. Let's see if we can use that one. Okay, so that'll just go on there like so. Put some coconut oil on it. It's lubrication. I need to sand these things down. They're getting kind of chewed up a little bit. Okay, so I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but when I press this down, this cut edge is going to expand. There it goes. Okay. But I got to be careful I don't go too far, or I'll start expanding the reed side. I don't want to do that. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Now it's pretty straight wall. Okay, so now I gotta turn this over. Yeah, there we go, and push that out. There we go. So that's what we got so far. Looking pretty nice. I'll check this size once again. Okay, we're just a hair under 10. So I think I'm not going to stretch. I'm going to go ahead and I'll bring this over to my finishing bench, and I'll start sanding on this, and that should get us back up to size 10 that we want to be at. So give me a moment. Get it. Okay, so I'm going to use this this tool right here, and we'll sand this edge down real nice, and then we'll flip it over and get the inside of, I have to change to a different tool, different size. Okay, this is going to be kind of noisy, but sorry about that. Turn my exhaust fan on. This is a 320 grit. Still got some grooves that need to come out though. Okay, now I'll switch to a 600. And then I'll switch to 1,000 grit. Okay. Let that cool off for just a minute. Then I'll flip it around. So I'm going to have to change to this one. I can go ahead and do that. I've got to get this on there straight so it doesn't wobble. That's pretty good. And then we'll go back again through the different grits. Oh, wait a minute. Before I do that, I'm going to hit that with a diamond burr on this side because it's a little bit too much for the sandpaper. Okay. Now we'll hit it with the sandpaper. Let it cool off. Then the last thing we got to do is polish this up a little bit and put a patina finish on it. So I'll start by taking some steel wool and we'll just hit this with some steel wool. It's got lots of cool detail. That's what I'm wearing here, except I powder coated mine. Dragon is my sign, Chinese sign. Okay. I'm going to need to work on this edge here a little bit more, but I'm not going to burden you guys with watching all that. Let's get rid of that steel wool dust. All these things kind of disintegrate. Yeah, this is looking nice. Okay, so now I'll take this guy. This is a real fine grit. And then I'll just kind of buff it up a little bit more with this. I'm not going to put any polish on it yet because I'm going to patina this, and the patina won't adhere to it if it's got a bunch of polish on it. So I'll just get this surface as shiny up as I can this way. And then I'll put a patina on it. And then when that's done, I can polish it. Patina bottle over here. And patina works much better when it's hot. So I'm going to heat the ring a little bit, dip it in the patina. The patina is not hot. So I'll just warm this up a little bit. Oops, got the sandpaper on fire. That wasn't very good. This stuff really smells bad. So I'll just leave it in there for a moment or two. Anybody have any questions while we're waiting on this? I should have added some fresh liver sulfur to this. I forgot, to be honest, totally honest about it. Yeah, and put some of this liquid in there. Put a couple drops of this in it. It's starting to work. All right, I think that's good. Okay, dry this off now. Now we'll buff that patina off the high spots and just leave some of it in the background. And that will that'll help the details to show. Otherwise it gets too shiny and you can't even see the detail. So now you can kind of see the effect that we're after. Still, a lot of that patina's still got to come off there, but really just need a little bit right around the details. Don't want a whole lot of it in the background. I'm going to hit it with the steel wool again. Any questions, anybody? If you enjoy this live, we'd appreciate it if you'd hit the heart, like it, follow. I usually do 3 or 4 videos a week, at least 3. I think probably for this video, this is probably about all I'm going to do. I do need to work on this a little bit more though. But you can see the effect that I'm looking for. Why isn't this focusing? Year of the Dragon, 2024. There's the dragon. And I'll have to do the inside of that also. Any questions before I pull the plug on this? Thank you, King. I appreciate it. I'll take some pictures and I'll put a video up on YouTube and on TikTok so you can see the final result. Okay, everybody, I appreciate you stopping by and sticking with me and watching me try to set my bench on fire. Oh. So we'll catch you next time. Take care, everybody. Thanks again. See ya.